Kai Greene, one of the most iconic bodybuilders in history, a man millions believed was destined to become Mr. Olympia. What? He lost again, and once again he walked away without the title. But how was that even possible? What really stopped Kai Greene from becoming Mr. Olympia?
When people talk about the most charismatic bodybuilders in history, one name is almost impossible to ignore: Kai Greene. But there is one question that has haunted bodybuilding fans for years. Despite his unbelievable physique, despite his incredible muscle mass, despite posing routines that many still consider the greatest ever performed, Kai Greene never became Mr. Olympia. And that is exactly why his career remains one of the most debated stories in bodybuilding history. Because this isn't the story of an athlete who lacked talent, nor is it the story of a man who simply wasn't good enough. This is the story of someone millions believed was destined to become a champion. Yet somehow, the greatest prize in bodybuilding always slipped through his fingers. To understand why, we have to go back, long before the packed arenas, before the worldwide fame, before millions of fans knew his name. Kai Greene's childhood was anything but easy. He grew up in Brooklyn, New York, surrounded by hardship. At a very young age, he entered the foster care system. Life forced him to grow up much faster than most children ever should. While others dreamed about their future, Kai was simply trying to find his place in the world. It was during those difficult years that he learned one important lesson. No one was going to build his future for him. He would have to build it himself. Then bodybuilding entered his life. At first, it wasn't about trophies. It wasn't about becoming famous. It became his escape. Every workout helped him silence the chaos inside his mind. Every training session gave him purpose. Every pound he lifted became another step away from the life he was trying to leave behind. Then something extraordinary happened. The young man who had entered the gym searching for peace turned out to possess remarkable genetic potential. His body transformed at an incredible pace. A wider back, thicker legs, round, full muscles. Every year he looked more impressive than the last. But there was something even more unique about Kai. He didn't just pose, he performed. While most bodybuilders simply displayed their physiques, Kai turned every routine into a work of art. Every movement had meaning. Every transition told a story. Every second on stage captured the audience's attention. Watching him felt less like a bodybuilding competition and more like watching an artist express himself without saying a single word. People couldn't take their eyes off him. His victories became more frequent. His popularity exploded. Experts began repeating the same prediction. This is a future Mr. Olympia. And honestly, it was difficult to disagree. Kai seemed to have everything a champion needed: elite muscle mass, outstanding conditioning, rare aesthetics, unmatched stage presence, and a level of charisma that couldn't be taught. At that moment, it no longer seemed like a question of if Kai Greene would become Mr. Olympia. The only question was, when? But no one could have imagined that standing between Kai Greene and bodybuilding's greatest title would be one man, a champion who would define an entire era, a rivalry that would become one of the greatest in the history of bodybuilding, and one that would change Kai Greene's legacy forever. When Kai Greene finally emerged as one of the top contenders for the Mr. Olympia title, it felt as though bodybuilding was entering a new era. He wasn't just another competitor. He was unlike anyone the sport had ever seen. Every time Kai stepped onto the stage, the atmosphere changed. His posing routines weren't simply a way to display muscle. They were performances. Every movement was deliberate. Every pose carried emotion. While other competitors showcased their physiques, Kai told a story. That was what made him unforgettable. But at the very top of the mountain stood another man, Phil Heath, known around the world as the Gift, and many believed that nickname couldn't have been more accurate. Phil possessed what many considered the perfect bodybuilding physique: round muscle bellies, incredible symmetry, unmatched fullness, outstanding conditioning. Year after year, he arrived on stage with almost no weaknesses. Before long, the rivalry between Kai Greene and Phil Heath became the biggest story in bodybuilding. Fans chose sides. Some believed Phil was the clear champion. Others were convinced that Kai deserved the Sandow Trophy. Every Mr. Olympia made the debate even louder, especially in 2012 and 2013. To this day, many bodybuilding fans believe those were the years Kai came closest to becoming Mr. Olympia. When the results were announced, the bodybuilding world exploded. Forums filled with arguments, videos analyzing every pose went viral. Social media was flooded with one question: how did Kai lose again? Some fans believed the judging favored the defending champion. Others argued that Phil's superior symmetry and conditioning made the difference. Even today, there is no universal agreement, but one thing is certain: their rivalry elevated bodybuilding to another level. Then the tension between them spilled far beyond the stage. At one press conference, Kai and Phil nearly came to blows in front of the cameras. The clip spread across the internet within hours. For some people, it was genuine emotion. For others, it was psychological warfare before the biggest competition of the year. Whatever the truth was, it proved that this rivalry had become deeply personal. When Olympia weekend arrived, millions of fans watched every comparison with intense attention. Every front double biceps, every side chest, every back pose, every tiny detail seemed capable of deciding the champion. And every year, Kai walked away empty-handed. The debates only became louder. Was Phil Heath simply the better bodybuilder? Or was Kai Greene the greatest athlete never to receive the title? People still argue about it today. But perhaps everyone was asking the wrong question, because there was another factor that rarely gets discussed, something that may have had an even greater impact on Kai's career than the judging itself, a decision that may have cost him his only realistic chance of ever becoming Mr. Olympia.
Many people believe Kai Greene never became Mr. Olympia because of one man, Phil Heath. But if you look closely at Kai's career, the truth is far more complicated. Yes, Phil was one of the greatest champions bodybuilding has ever seen. Yes, the judging is still debated to this day. But even if you remove Phil Heath from the story, one question still remains. Did Kai Greene do everything possible to become Mr. Olympia? This is where the most controversial chapter of his career begins. In 2015, something happened that shocked the bodybuilding world. Kai Greene never stepped on to the Mr. Olympia stage, not because of an injury, not because he had retired, but because of a conflict with the organizers. To this day, there are different versions of what really happened. Some believe it was a contractual dispute. Others believe the disagreement went much deeper than anyone knows. Whatever the reason, one fact cannot be changed. The man millions expected to challenge for the title simply disappeared from bodybuilding's biggest stage. And perhaps that was the moment his dream of becoming Mr. Olympia slipped away forever. While Kai was absent, time continued to move forward. New champions emerged, the sport evolved, standards changed, and, like every athlete, Kai grew older. Time has never shown mercy to champions, no matter how gifted they are. But what happened next surprised almost everyone. Even without a Sandow trophy, Kai Greene's popularity continued to grow. His videos reached millions of people around the world. His posing routines became legendary. Young bodybuilders still study his performances years later. His speeches continue to inspire athletes who have never even seen him compete live. For millions of fans, Kai became something bigger than a champion. He became an icon. And perhaps that is the greatest irony of his entire career. Many Mr. Olympia winners eventually fade into history as new champions take their place, but Kai Greene never disappeared. His name continues to be mentioned whenever people debate the greatest bodybuilders of all time, not because of the title he won, but because of the title he never did. Perhaps greatness isn't defined only by trophies. Perhaps it is measured by the impact you leave behind. Kai Greene inspired an entire generation to believe that bodybuilding could be more than muscle. It could be art. It could be passion. It could be a way to overcome pain and transform your life. Maybe he never became Mr. Olympia, but he achieved something very few athletes ever do. He became unforgettable. And even today, bodybuilding fans continue to ask the same question. What if things had gone differently? What if one scorecard had changed? What if Kai had received one more opportunity? No one will ever know the answer. But one thing is certain. Kai Greene's story is not the story of a man who failed. It is the story of a man who was great enough to change bodybuilding forever, even without wearing the crown.